Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Ko Halo, Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, that taught me this truth, and much respect to the Yakim out there laboring his work, and also to the believers scattered across the four corners of the earth, the hopefully elect at the USA. Shalom. So yeah, the stage is being set. Alright, the stage is being set by Yahweh Shema Shai for him to work. And this lesson is inspired by Apostle Tahar. In one of his recent videos, he mentioned Zephaniah 3:19 and alluded to the fact that the Lord's going to raise up men to get them spiritual powers to, do miracles in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai to further advance and to glorify the Lord. And those days are coming. So if you're reading things from the Spirit, you can see how the Lord is setting the stage for that by taking away, the resources and the comfort from Jerusalem. Matter of fact, when you go to the book of Isaiah, 3rd chapter, verse 1, for behold, the Lord of hosts, doth take away from Jerusalem and Judah the stay and the staff, all right, the comfortability, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water. So all your comforts and Babylon the Great that these Israelites depend on, they're going to be stripped away. Right, during that time, you're only going to have two options. You're either going to flock to Esau and his government to get your resources or assistance, or you're going to flock to Yahweh Shema Shai, the man he has set up, for a refuge in that time. You see, those are going to be the only two options. So a remnant out of the ones who the Lord's going to strip naked in this time, by taking away everything that they got, are going to be saved out of this madness. All right, and we understand according to Zechariah 13:8-9, 1/3 of the Israelites in Babylon the Great will be saved. All right, which is 33%. So when you look at where we at in prophecy right now, all right, you got the chip manifested. It's almost ready to be mandated. World War III is in the talks. That's about to, kick off. And after that, the missiles, the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai, which is not very far away, man. So during this time, you got to see things through the Spirit and how the Lord's going to use his power to wake up a mass amount of Israelites. He has always done that. When you go back into the time of Acts, dealing with the apostles, even Yahweh Shai, who fed a multitude, and people flock to that power. And it's going to be the same thing during this time, as we progress during these times of trouble. The Lord's going to show himself. So everything is set up through the Spirit, and, we just holding on to faith that the Lord will work something out. So Zephaniah 3:19 says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, according to the elect, and gather her that was driven out. And that's the elect being gathered by the word. And I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. Okay, praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. And this is not going to be given to just any old Israelite man, but a lowly, a meek and humbled Israelite man who is not going to boast in the power that's going to be given to him. And that's pretty much a test right now. Receiving this knowledge is a test within itself. And, you can get this knowledge and become puffed up and start to think that you're more than what you are, and you'll see the Lord strip that power away from you because you abused it. You didn't know how to handle it. You got proud. So the Lord cannot use a vessel like that in the times we're coming into, which that power is going to be manifested in the physical. All right. That's why he didn't choose a Brandon T. Jackson, a DC Young Fly or an Eddie Griffin or somebody like that who has status within his life, because the Lord is looking to glorify his name. And these niggas, you cannot give a nigga, this kind of spiritual power, man. They're going to abuse it. You see? So this is the test. And it's about to be manifested in these times. All right? So let's get this word real quick. Fame in the Hebrew, 8034. It says name, reputation, fame, glory. The name, memorial, and monument. And when you look at the acts of our forefathers and the power that was given to them, all right, such as Moses and many more, those were set for a memorial for this generation today, for us to look back on and be like, wow, So during this time, we're also, Lord willing, the men who are chosen are going to leave behind them a memorial for the kingdom to come. You're going to be remembered for the acts that you did in Babylon the Great and these surrounding countries through the name of Yahweh Shimon Shai. And this is what the Lord is about to do with his men. All right? So let's click on this word glory real quick. You got glory. We'll get in the Merriam-Webster dictionary. It says public praise, honor, and fame. Right? Public praise, honor, and fame. And Yahweh Shai, received fame as well, as we know. And what did he do when he got that fame? Well, he tried to dip off. They tried to crown Yahweh Shai, but he knew it wasn't his time. And we got the same mindset. We just want to glorify, Yahweh Shimon Shai. But by default, that's going to bring in people. Whoever gets that power is going to bring in a flock, a whole heap of people, just to the name of the Lord. Right? The Lord is a power of dramatics and the unexpected. And this stuff is coming. You got to expect that this is the grand finale. The icing on the cake, as you would say. So from there, let's go to, let's see, 1 Peter, 5th chapter. And verse 6, it says, humble yourselves, therefore. Like I was saying before, the Lord has chosen the meek and the lowly. So humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh, that he may exalt you in due time. All right, that he may raise you up and exalt you in due time. All right, and that ultimate form of being exalted is being lifted up into the chairs. But even before that, that man whom he trusts, they're gonna be lifted up just to glorify the name of the Lord even more. See, because you got to think, man, when you read the prophecies. Let's go to Job 5 real quick. At verse 20. We'll start at verse 20. It says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. So what normal man right now in his flesh, is going to be able to mentally endure the things that they're going to see in the upcoming days? All this great death, this famine, people dying of famine and, being eaten by wild beasts and just destruction, period. Without being endowed with some kind of spirit that's going to allow them to be at comfort, at a form of peace that is like out of this world, man, to the point of where you're not going to be worried about shit going on around you. You're going to laugh at famine and at destruction. You see, this signifies a man that has spiritual powers to me. All right. So with that, let's go to Matthew real quick. Matthew 4. It's a quick lesson through the Spirit. All right, let's go into Yahweh Shai and his miracles. Matthew 4:23. You see the caption, crowds follow Yahweh Shai. And as our Lord said, the powers that I do, or the miracles that I did, that you should do even greater. And we understand, according to what was written, Yahweh Shai did some of the miracles that it could not be contained in the book. So how much more this time, if he said we're going to do even more than that? Right? So raising the dead, healing the sick, these things are going to be performed during this time. You see Esau out here jabbing everybody up with the juice. All right, you're going to have a mass amount of people sick, and you're going to have healings, spiritual power done by these men whom the Lord has selected that's going to heal certain individuals. The Lord is going to have mercy on certain people just to glorify his name. You see, just like the guy who was blind, all right, he was manifested just so the works of the Lord can be made known in John the 9th chapter. So these same things are going to happen again. So Matthew 4:23, and Yahweh Shai went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all manner of sickness and all manner of disease among the people. And we're doing this right now, with his word. There's healing, part of the 1/3 and ultimately it's going to manifest in the physical. And his fame went throughout all Syria, you see? So when he got done doing these miracles, his fame went throughout all Syria, and they brought unto him all sick people that were taken with divers diseases and torments, and those which were possessed with devils, and those which were lunatic, and those that had palsy, and he healed them. Just like when we go on the highways and byways, you see all these sick and lunatic, people, these crazy people on the corner, just psycho babbling, talking to themselves, out of their mind. These people, a lot of these people are going to be healed, when these powers are manifested. You see? And this is all to glorify the name of Yahweh Bashim Shai. So it says, and those that had palsy, and he healed them. You see? And when you understand that right now, with this jab, this juicy juice, you got people being shot up and they're developing Bell's palsy, with one side of their face being paralyzed. All right? Let's get the definition real quick. So Yahweh Shai healed people with Bell's palsy, and you got Bell's palsy going on right now. I'm just speaking as a man, but through the spirit, we can see what's going on here. It says paralytic, suffering from the relaxing of the nerves of one side, disabled, weak of limb. See? And so with Yahweh Shai doing all those miracles, this is what happened. Verse 25. And there followed him great multitudes of people from Galilee, and from Decapolis, and from Jerusalem, and from Judea, and from beyond Jordan. You see? So through these miracles that were done, people like, whoa, who is this? Who is this guy? We want to be healed. We want to be made whole as well, Yahweh Shai was healing people at an instant. You see? And the same power is going to be given to these same men. And we're going to say that this came from Yahweh Bashim Shai. And all that glory, the people going to be throwing their idols at the wonder, man. They're not going to give a damn about no Jesus Christ. They're just going to want to flock to where the power is. They'll be willing to believe anything during that day. You see? So Yahweh Bashim Shai will be glorified, in that fashion before the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai. All right? Just as Yahweh Shai glorified the Father with his miracles and the apostles, well, he's going to do the same thing today. So let's type in this word fame real quick, see if we can find something else. Let's go to Matthew 9 and 31 and see what this is talking about. Yeah, he heals the blind. Matthew 9:27. We'll get this and we'll close it out. It says, and when Yahweh Shai departed thence, 2 blind men followed him. All right, these 2 blind men represents the northern and the southern kingdom through the spirit, crying and saying, thou son of David, have mercy on us, just like we're doing right now. And when he was come into the house, the blind man came to him, and Yahweh Shai said unto him, believe ye that I am able to do this? They said unto him, yeah, Lord. He said, then touched he their eyes, saying, according to your faith be it unto you. And their eyes were opened, and Yahweh Shai straightly charged them, saying, see that no man know it. Because Yahweh Shai wasn't looking for fame, man. He was looking to glorify the Father. But by doing it, he was giving fame anyway. You see? And like I was saying, this represents the northern and the southern kingdom. The eyes being open and us being able to see spiritually. Okay, and being pretty much, led into the right path. By giving us vision to see where we're going. And Yahweh Shai, would often do miracles, and those miracles will relate to how we've been awakened during this time. All right. But when they were departed, spread abroad his fame in all that country. As they went out, behold, they brought to him a dumb man possessed with a devil. And when the devil was cast out, the dumb spake. And that's representative of us too. All right. So once we had these devils cast out of us, then we spake this gospel. And the multitudes marveled, saying, it was never so seen in Israel. But the Pharisees said, he casteth out devils through the prince of the devil. So you're going to have haters as well. Just as these Pharisees and Sadducees were haters, all right? You're going to have these other camps, like Apostle DeHart said. They're going to be standing back. I think he said something to that effect. They're going to be watching another man, a great millstone, doing miracles. And they're going to be sitting back like, damn. right? So yeah, embrace the moment. The times we come into, Lord is going to have to provide divine intervention through spiritual powers, through the angels, to give his men, the ability to survive and to further glorify his name. Yahweh Shema Shah, so Lord willing, you edify. Till next time, I say, Shalom.